Well, there we go. As you can see, we've got a bit of a guest today. Though he may have to go downstairs if he decides to interfere too much. Alrighty, so we are at... Oops, it helps if I actually share the right thing. There we go. We're at move 25. Let's move that. There we go. So we're 1 and 3 and shed 1 reversed on the right, and 1 and 3 exchanged and shed 1 reversed on the left. We'll do that for 2 moves, and then we start adding in the crossguard. Let me switch over to comments so I can see if anybody's chatting. And go back to this. A second here. I'm going to check the YouTube stats page as well. Alrighty. Hey, we got 3 likes already. That's nice. Okay, back to StreamYard. There we go. Give Servals a little attention here. Sorry to stick my head in the camera. Okay. There we go. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. So 1. Hey, Jennifer, nice to see you on. Yeah, this is Serbi, short for Cerberus, mainly because he's got a spot, and as I understand it, Karabos is Greek for spot, but I could be wrong on that. That's just what I've read. And a story, which may or may not be accurate. And we found him while we were camping. Apparently somebody had dumped him, and the campground owners were not willing to keep him around. So we brought him home with us. He seems to be mostly happy here. We keep him well fed and plenty of attention. He just doesn't like some of our other cats. So he tends to be allowed in some spots that they're not allowed. So he has a place to stay away from them. And there we go. Let gravity take care of this. And okay. Well, hello to Leonidas. 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Apparently I'm not being attentive enough. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is probably going to be only about an hour for the stream today. I've been working on getting my 3D printer fixed and my CNC router ready to make more Taka-Dais for the summer. And that's been taking up most of my weekend. But I also wanted to check and make sure that I could do wired Ethernet connections for the streaming laptop. And we're going on to move 26, which was the same as 25. 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1. Just to make sure that I have enough streaming capacity if people come on as guests, and won't be a frustrating experience for me and them. Since I have a tentative guest eventually, or I hope so eventually. Whoops, had one jump the stream. Pin there. Let's get that one there. And this one, separate that out, and that goes down. But hopefully Ian will be able to come on as a guest sometime in the not too distant future. Shed 1 is reversed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I've got the sound on my monitors or headphones or whatever you want to call them, but having them in my ear when I'm not hearing sound on them is weird, so I'm just going to take them out of my ears, but still leave it connected. Oops, I did that one already. So 1 from the bottom, and then 2 from the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I just don't want sound echoing or passing through if I have a sound on the laptop. It feels like a little bit of a kind of catching on the threads there. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. That's 1. And that's 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And because my memory is sometimes like a sieve, sometimes I need to make up a little checklist of things I wanted to talk to Ian about that I think he'd find interesting. And on to move 27, which is a change. So it'll still be 1 and 3 exchanged on the right with shed 1 reversed. And on the left, it'll be 1, 3, and 5 exchanged with shed 1 reversed. There we go. And so 1 and 3 and 1. There's also some pictures I probably want to load up on the laptop so I can show them if they become relevant. I am involved with more than just Kumihimo and woodworking and 3D printing. I do things like poison enameling, and I've done blacksmithing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. As a matter of fact, the first video I uploaded on YouTube back in 2009 or 2008 was a video on the power hammer I built. There we go. And on the left, it's now 1, 3, and 5 get exchanged. There's 1. Drop that thumb a little bit lower. There we go. And 3. Three, 4, and 5. There we go. And only shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's finally starting to warm up around here. Yesterday it got up to about 72 Fahrenheit, but it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Rained pretty heavily yesterday evening for a couple hours, and it's been fairly cold today. I think it got below freezing for a little bit, and I think the high is only in like the mid-40s Fahrenheit. But starting tomorrow, it's going to warm up again and hopefully stay there, which will make it easier working in the shop. Okay, and we are ready to move on to move 28. So it'll still be 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. And on the left, 1, 3, and 5 again, but sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. And 1. And 3. And you can see where the crossguard is starting there. So shed 1 is reversed. So 1, From the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again, shed 1 is reversed, so from the bottom 1 and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ooh. Ah, I see what happened. I got a string. I went through 1 instead of under it. All right, let's try this again. So 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just lets me know I need to file my nails. That looks much better. And on the left, it'll be, whoops, grab 2 of them at once. 1. And 3. Three, 4, and 5. Yeah, I streamed from the upstairs of my house, and the router is in the basement, so I had to fish my Ethernet cable through an old AC tube that we no longer use because we don't have that AC unit anymore. But that worked fairly well. Hey, Bane, nice to see you on. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. There we go. Got to have fun with showing the chats on StreamYard. Okay. All right. So I exchanged the Tama, and its sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. So 1 from the top, 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top. Oops. Let's try this again. 1 from the top, 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top, and 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1 from the bottom, 2 from the top, 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, and from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that one through. There we go. And on to 29. So it'll still be 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. On the left, it'll be 1, 5, and 7 with sheds 1, 2, and 3 reversed. And 1. And 3. There we go. Shed 1 is reversed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there we go. And on the left, it'll be 1, 5, and 7. So there's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6 and 7. And sheds 1, 2, and 3 reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And sheds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Okay. Well, I'm just glad that Mr. Serve has decided that he wants to nap more than he wants to try and climb my legs with full claw extensions. Alrighty. And we are moving on to move 30. So it'll be 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. On the left, it'll be 1, 3, and 7, with sheds 1 and 3 reversed. Alrighty. Looks like we've got 4 on now, so that's nice. Welcome to the stream, whoever's new. And 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 1, 3, and 7 on the left. So there's 1. 3 and 7. The reason I'm not always counting is because at this point in the braid, I have a pretty good idea of what it is I'm doing. So 1 and 3 are reversed, so should 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are ready to go on to move 31. Just 1 is exchanged on the right, shed 1 is reversed. 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the left, shed 1 is reversed. Alrighty. And just 1 on the right. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, 5, and 7 are exchanged. So 1, 3, 3, 4, And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's it for the cross guard on this side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, as near as I can tell, StreamYard says I'm having no issues with the Ethernet, so I should be good to go in the future. I'll start sending Ian links when I do plan to do stream, so he's welcome to join at his convenience. There we go. And looks like we got 5 people watching. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, we are moving on to move 32, which will be 1 and 3 on the right and sheds 1 and 2 reversed, and 1 and 3 and shed 1 reversed on the left. And it's going to stay this way on the left until we end the sword hilt. Okay. And okay, just making sure everything's right. So 1 and 3 on the right with shed 1 reversed. Or sheds 1 and 2 reversed. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1 and 2 are reversed. So then we go to the bottom for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And just 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so a couple of threads are stuck between the tama, so they wanted to sorry, get those reversed. That's odd. Not sure exactly how that happened. The threads got twisted around. Let's see, it looks right from there. Sorry, don't mean to do that. Let's check. Back looks right. Okay. So I must have just rotated the wrong way. So shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think I know what it was. I had one. It went under instead of when it should have gone over when I pulled it up from the side. That makes sense. It went the wrong way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Yep, it is looking correct. Alrighty. And on to move 33. So 1 and 3, and just shed 1 on the right. On the left, 1 and 3 and 1. And we're back down to 4 people on. Sorry, trying not to sneeze. Alrighty, so 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I know there's not much in the way of tactile representation, but it really feels nice handling silk on Taka-Dai. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So there's 1 and 3. That one should go down a little bit more. There we go. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that looks right. Sorry to hear that it's snowing again, Bane. It looks like we've finally entered spring where I'm at. It's a little cold today, but yesterday was warm, and tomorrow's supposed to be warm. Alrighty, it is time for a coma slide. And I'm going to wind up springing for the extra $20 a month for StreamYard to get the higher resolution. Okay. A little bit more on the take-up reel. And moving on to move 34. 1 and 3 on the right. Sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. 1 and 3 exchanged on the left. Shed 1 is reversed. Yeah, I can understand that. I used to live in Montana and Idaho, so a bit south of you, but much north. Well, actually, where I am in Pennsylvania, it's not much further north than where I was in Idaho, but Montana did get a lot more snow. Okay, let's switch back. There we go. Leave this up here for a little bit. Okay, so 1 and 3 on the right with sheds 1 and 3 reversed. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I remember as a kid in Billings, Montana, we lived in a duplex with a fairly open field behind it, and we would actually have snowdrifts that would build up behind the house that 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. That would reach the second floor and almost to the roof of the duplex, the two-story duplex. And when weather cleared up and it got sunny out, we would dig snow tunnels in the snowdrift. Shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when most of the rest of the snow would melt away, it'd be like another week or two before the looks like I had one jump. Okay, so okay, there we go. That looks right. That one, there we go. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm not sure where I left that story off. I was a little distracted by the thread that jumped a pin. Yep, I remember I was very glad that I did not have to be the one to do the primary snow shoveling, because I think I was only 8 before we moved back to Idaho. Okay. Moving on to move 35. 1 and 3 on the right, just shed 1 reversed. 1 and 3 and shed 1 reversed on the left. There we go. And 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And just 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And 1 reversed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So far, it looks like the CPAP is keeping my migraines in check. Still only 2 since the start of February, so that's a plus. Okay, just catching up on the chat here. And moving on to move 36. 1, 3, and 7 on the right. Sheds 1 and 4 reversed. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. VA, Virginia. I'm not sure. I probably said PA as in Pennsylvania. I apologize for that. Okay, 1 and 3 and 7 on the right. So 1. Unless I completely missed what I said, I apologize for that. I do get distracted paying attention to the braid. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. And sheds 1 and 4 reverse. So 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, 2 and 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. Ah, okay. I am completely confused then. Missed that entirely, but that's what I get for focusing on braiding instead of on the chat. Which I am probably going to do because I do not want this braid to be messed up. As much as I enjoy the chatters coming in. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. But yeah, I've had a few things that went partially pear-shaped before returning to normal, and that soaked up the concentration I had. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Supposed to pass through, not over. And 1 from the bottom, and the rest from the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. That deserves to go on screen. There we go. And oops, didn't mean to do that. On to move 37. So it'll be 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right. Sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. And 1, 3, and 1 on the left. And it's going to do that for 4 moves, so I won't bring this up until it changes again. Because it kind of interrupts my flow of braiding a little bit when I do that. But hey, this is supposed to be an educational type stream, so that's the important thing. So 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right. One, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And I just realized my other reason for attention lacking at the moment is because I forgot to take my lunchtime caffeine pill. Since I'm trying to get away from the sodas, even though I've been drinking the diet ones, I'm still gaining weight, so I'm trying to reverse that trend as quickly as possible. So, sheds 1 and 4 reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the local volunteer fire department is calling their firefighters. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. When I first moved out here from Idaho, where they don't have volunteer fire departments, they have paid ones, or where you basically work full-time as a firefighter. They don't have the call siren. So I was wondering, is there an air raid going on or what? Because that's the closest thing it sounded like to me. But it's the fire station calling an alarm. And 1 from the top, from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the local firehouse is a block and a half from where I live. Reverse 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, caffeine doesn't directly help my migraines, but if I stop caffeine for about 3 months or so, I start getting a cluster of very uncomfortable, long-lasting migraines. So while I would prefer in general to be off of it overall, I would rather not have the migraines. So, and on to move 38, which was the same as move 37. Yeah, I mostly, when I'm not drinking the sodas, I'm just doing the caffeine pills for the caffeine. Um, the let me catch up on the chat here real quick. I've been drinking flavored seltzer waters that have no artificial sugar, just natural flavor. They're clear and it's just like water, carbonation, and flavor. Okay, there we go. Hey, at least you aren't living in Atomic City, Idaho. 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right, and 1 and 4 reversed. At least you aren't living in the town of Atomic City, Idaho, which has a population of about 40. It's on a highway that runs from Idaho Falls, Idaho in the east over towards Lake Cascade in the west side of Idaho. 3, 4, 5, 6. And it runs north of the Craters of the Moon National Park, and it's basically a wide spot on the road. But apparently it was the first municipality that was powered entirely by nuclear power in like the 1947 or 48, something like that. That's how they gave it its name. And 1 is reversed, 2 and 3 are normal, 4 is reversed, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are normal. And 1 is reversed, 2 and 3 are normal, 4 is reversed, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 39, which is the same as 38 and 37 were. Yeah, I've been enjoying the Waterloo brand lately. They carry it at the local Walmart and the local Giant, which is a grocery store chain. Though in the western part of Pennsylvania, there's a different chain, unrelated, called Giant Eagle. And a friend of mine from Canada couldn't remember the name all the time and wound up calling it the Big Budgie. And 1 and 4 reversed. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forgot 7 and 9. Yeah, people who never understood how I could drink a large Mountain Dew or something like that and go right to bed. And the only issue I had was when I had to wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. And 1 and 4 reverse, so 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, 2 and 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And 1 and 3 and 1 from the left. There's the 1. There's 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 40, which is still the same as the previous 3 moves. 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right, shed 1 and 4 reversed, 1 and 3 and 1, and shed 1 reversed on the left. So, and 1 and 3. And 7. And 9. And sheds 1 and 4 reverse, so 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, 2 and 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And 1 and 3 and 1 from the left. Which, in my mind, is bringing up the Frantics comedy sketch, Taekwon Leap, where they keep saying, and 1 for Jenny and the Wimp. And 1, or shed 1 reverse, so 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I will not subject anybody to the torture, but I can also recite the comedy skit Human Race off the top of my head. I think I've got some minor screw-ups in there, but it flows fairly well. And since it's changing now, we are moving to 41, so it'll be 1, 3, and 9 on the right, with sheds 1 and 4 reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Now, I'm 54, if that helps in the conversation. Okay. So 1, 3, and 9 on the right. So 1, 3, and 9. And sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1. 1 and 3. And 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one's a little short. Let's roll that out a bit. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 42, be 1, 3, and 9 with shed 1 reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Yeah, I also have an issue with pain medicine not working that great on me. I take Norco for my migraines that I get, and I'm very careful to only ever take it when I've got a migraine. It doesn't do a great job, but it's better than nothing. And ordinary over-the-counters like ibuprofen or Tylenol or paracetamol just do nothing for me. I don't notice any effect from them at all. Ibuprofen, I do get a other, obvious effects from it, like for inflammation, things like that, or regular headaches, but not for migraines. Okay, so all right, 1, 3, and 9 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed, and 1, 3, and 1 on the left. Yeah, I tried Emitrex. I felt like I had a heart attack, and I still had the migraine. Yeah, my wife also, when they give her pain medicine, it actually makes her feel worse. So she has to deal pretty much with almost no pain medicine at all, which really sucks when she's had surgeries. Okay, so I should stop chatting and go back to braiding, at least for the moment. So 1, 3, and 9. And 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. That's a little short. Let's drop that out a bit. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's 1. That one definitely needs to go down a bit. And 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This one needs a little bit of assistance. Doesn't want to unravel or unroll on its own. There we go. And there we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm probably going to end this stream in just a little bit, Bane, so hopefully you'll be okay. Let me catch up on the chat. All right. Sorry to hear that, Karen and Chris, about the 3-day migraines. I haven't usually had migraines that last that long very often. I had a few times, but it really sucks. I'm currently on Nurtec to keep them away, but I'm not sure how effective that is. But since I've got my CPAP, I've only had 2 migraines in 2 months, which is extremely low for me. So I'm hoping, even if it doesn't help my sleep and my rest levels, I'm going to do it just for the keeping the migraines away. My speaking of dentist horror stories, when my mom was a little girl and she went to the dentist, he didn't use Novocaine, and she felt everything. So, yeah, I'm really glad that they've at least got something that mostly works for me. Okay. All right. So, on to move 43. So 1 and 3 on 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Apparently I can't speak clearly today. And it's time for a coma slide. I recently got the larger mask for my CPAP because the one I had I was having issues with. But apparently the new larger masks really makes my jaw sore, so I can't use it. I'll just have to make do with the one I've got, which is annoying because it wakes me up leaking in the night. I have to reposition it. But it seems to be doing its job of keeping me, well, I don't know if it's job, but it seems to be keeping me from having migraines. So, yay! And yes, I can do this without actually verbally counting, but It makes it easier. But if I need to chat, I can chat. I actually do have the counting just going on mentally. Speaking of mental voices, it's interesting that apparently there are people who have no internal monologue, and there are people who do have the internal monologue, and when you tell them about the other type of people, most people, it's like, no way, how does that work? It just seems so alien. So shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But I can remember when I was about 3 or 4 years old, it may have been as late as 5, I'm not sure the exact time, but I can clearly remember when my, I don't know if my monologue turned on, or that was the first time I noticed it, but I remember going and telling my mom, I can hear myself think. And her response was, we all can, dear. Okay. And on to move 44. So no exchanges on the right, and just shed 1 is reversed. No exchanges and no shed reversals on the left. And 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And Serby has decided that he wants some attention. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And hopefully he doesn't decide to climb my leg with full claw extensions like he's done before, because at that point I'm just going to have to pick him up and then probably end the stream. So no exchanges on the left and no shed reversal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all from the bottom. Pet the cat, keep the cat happy. And 1, no reversal for the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 45, which I think I'll actually probably stop here and not do this move. So it's going to be 45, and that's just the end of the sword there. I will be doing another stream Tuesday night, though if Ian decides that he wants to stream with me, well, he's not going to stream with me Monday. He's got his own show then. So Tuesday on, anytime Ian wants to stream with me, I will be trying to do my best to make that possible. I'm going to make a little note of things that I think he'll find interesting to talk about and some art stuff that he might enjoy. So, all right, does anybody need anything before I leave the stream? Oh, that's another thing, is I can visually image stuff in my head, like create a 3D model and just rotate it around. And my wife has virtually no mental image. She has no mental images at all. You tell her to think of a chair and she closes her eyes and she sees nothing. It's just black. There's no anything at all. I mean, she can still think up stuff and, be creative, but it's not as a mental image. So, alrighty, everybody stay safe and happy braiding.